From amazing teeth transitions to crazy teeth acrobatics, we got some crazy videos today, and guess what? You might even learn something along the way too. So make sure to hit that follow button, and let's just go ahead and get right into it.
My gum to tooth ratio is insane. It always has been. You can't really tell when I'm talking, but you can tell when I laugh. And it's just not my thing, but you
I know exactly where this is going. This is going to be a gingivectomy, and these are the craziest teeth transformations that I see because they're really simple, they're really easy, they're really quick, they heal good, and then they just have an amazing transformation. If you guys don't know, underneath your gum tissue, normally there can be teeth hiding there. So if you've ever seen your teeth, like if you look here, she's got a lot of gum showing, okay? But up underneath that gum, your teeth aren't naturally short, they're actually pretty long. And so if you have short teeth and a lot of gum showing, you could have exactly what this girl does. These transformations are insane, so let's actually see how it goes. Let's continue.
I have a lot of tooth up there. It's just my gums covered half of my tooth. So the procedure I'm getting done today is called a gingivectomy.
Perfect. That's what a gingivectomy is, also known as gum lasering. They can use scalpels to take it off, but now what they use is actually gum gingival lasers to remove the stuff. And so you can see just how shorter the teeth are on the before than the after. So I'm excited to see what hers looks like.
Kind of as a little demo to show you what it's going to look like. I also get to try on my demo veneers, so that'll be fun. But here is the after today.
Oh my gosh.
As you
so
can see,
obviously the after here, a little bit gnarly looking, but you can just see how much gum has been removed. Now it looks kind of crazy here. It does look like they didn't do the laser version. I would highly recommend using the laser version rather than the scalpel version. It heals a lot better personally, and it's quicker. But you can just see how much her smile has changed. Now she has just nothing but teeth in her smile instead of all that gum tissue.
Bloody, swollen, they hurt, but look at how big my teeth are.
My
teeth actually are really, really big. There's like a good amount of space there.
Now I promise you, once this all heals up, it's going to look amazing. The gum tissue is going to fill in. It's going to be nice. But this is something that is just so easy to do. It blows my mind that more people aren't getting this done. And in fact, the crazy thing is, a lot of people choose to get veneers because they have small, short teeth, and so their teeth are hiding up underneath this gum tissue the entire time, and then they just build them longer with some fake teeth or fake veneers or stuff like that. Let's go to the comments. That looks so painful. You know, the fun fact, the lasering is actually not painful at all. They actually cauterize the nerve as you go through, and it heals within like a day or two. So like I said, get the lasering version. She said, wait, you have nice teeth. I don't think you need veneers, but do what makes you happy. And I did catch that in the video. She said she was gonna get veneers and pre-made veneers go on, but looking at it after the gum lasering, it does not look like she needs veneers at all. And I really hope that she sees this video and decides not to get the veneers, because that's absolutely insane. And in fact, most of the people want the veneers because it thinks it solves the problem. Instead, the gum lasering can just solve the problem for you sometimes if you have that big gummy smile and shorter teeth. But what do you guys think? Would you get the gum laser, and would you go through it if you had short teeth? I definitely would. Now, speaking of teeth transformations for the good, this one could be for the bad. I don't know. Let's check it out. All right, what do we got here? She's in a dental office, and those teeth are looking mighty funky. Oh my gosh, she's getting the turkey teeth. No. And then she's all done. Oh my gosh, you guys actually tagged me in this a ton because you were like, oh my gosh, Bentist, this girl's ruining her teeth. So let's actually look and see what we've got going on here. So when I pause it at the very beginning, you actually see these teeth and say, this girl is probably not taking care of her teeth. And in fact, the look at the front four, she's already got crowns on her teeth. But in fact, these are not yellow, nasty teeth that have cavities in them. She actually has something called amelogenesis imperfecta. And that's basically where that enamel just does not form good on your teeth, and the teeth enamel just kind of breaks off, and so underneath your teeth is this dentin layer, which looks a little yellower, and that's why her teeth look like she hasn't been taking care of them. It's actually because the enamel has not formed properly. So she started out already having her front four teeth crowned because those are the first four teeth that come in, and so they kind of got ruined first, so she had to get her crowns. So she's actually not doing anything negative here. If we keep going through, she's actually just getting a lot of these done. So she's got all these teeth whittled down to prepared to be crowned, not because she was doing these turkey teeth or anything like that, but because the enamel has probably gotten so bad on all these teeth. Hey, she's like, hey, it's time. We got to get these things taken care of. She's taking it good, but then if you go to the end, you know, you can see where she's got her final crowns, and it looks pretty good for her, especially compared to the amelogenesis imperfecta look, which you see before. And if you really look, she only got her stuff canine to canine done. I don't know, let me continue to the final end look. Yeah, so she only got the front, you know, canine to canine there done. She hasn't even gotten these crowned yet. My guess is further in her life, that enamel will probably break off and wear off enough too, where she'll have to get those crowned as well, unfortunately. So while some people are getting their her turkey teeth and ruining their teeth on purpose. Her teeth are already naturally ruining themselves genetically via the amelogenesis imperfecta, so she actually has to get this done. She's one of the only people that I know of that I actually recommend turkey teeth to because, well, she absolutely has to have something, and you can tell when she smiles it looks so much better. People aren't going to judge her and take a look at this and say she's ruining her teeth, and she will probably have a much better time going about her day with just the confidence of the overall look. Let's check out the comments. And I think this sums it up perfectly because the top 2 comments are, thanks for reminding me to brush my teeth, Lord. And then right underneath of it, somebody countering back saying, y'all realize their teeth are like this because of medical reasons, right? And that's exactly right. She probably has people judge her all the time thinking that she does not take care of her teeth when in fact she just had a medical condition the whole time. In fact, another medical condition you can have is tetracycline staining, where your mom had a bunch of tetracycline or something when she had you, and you have gray teeth sometimes. That's crazy. Another thing is fluoride. If you had a lot of fluoride in your well water, you can have all these white spots all over your teeth from fluorosis of your teeth. There's a lot of reasons your teeth can look a little funky. And oh my gosh, what a mean picture to throw up there with all the fangs on there. And she goes, accurate. So that's probably how she felt about herself before getting these crowns. And now she's got the crowns on. Hopefully she feels a lot better about herself. Regardless, good for you and congrats on your transformation. All right, you guys tagged me a ton in this. I knew acrobats were some crazy stuff, but I did not know they went this far, especially with their mouths. Pause. Anyway, let's watch the video and figure it out together. All right, you guys tag. Oh my God, they are floating in the air. What? Hold up. Let me pause that. Are they, you know, for a second there when I first saw this, I literally thought they were like biting on, like he had his tongue and she was just like biting on his tongue. Can you imagine that, dude? It would literally rip your tongue out of your face. I highly would not recommend it. Oh my gosh, they're just spinning and dude, that is crazy. My guess is sometimes they have what's called these like little leather straps that they can bite on with a mouthpiece or something that can kind of hold them in there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so at the very end, it looks like it's just a simple little like tiny block or tiny little leather piece or something like that that they're holding on to. What an insane feat of strength. So okay, so now we're talking about this Bentist. What does this mean? What complications could we have from this? So obviously one thing is you're not really meant to put a ton of stress on your front teeth. You're really supposed to put it on your back teeth. So I'm hoping that maybe this thing in their mouth goes all the way back to their back teeth so they can really clench down and bite. Now, speaking of clenching for a really long time, yes, you can probably exacerbate some TMJ issues here because you're really pulling on these joints. Not to mention that, but you could hurt some neck muscles and things like that. If you do this all the time and a lot, which I'm assuming they probably don't do a ton, and when they do, they only do it for small stints. If you do this for too long, you can actually pull these teeth, and the pressure of these grabbing on these teeth can actually affect your jaw and can cause your jaw to grow forward, weirdly enough. It would actually physically tell your body to grow these jaws forward if you held this, say, 24/7 all the time. Obviously, they're only doing this for a minute, though. Another thing is if you're clenching really hard like this, you can have a chance to crack and cause the abrasion lines to happen through these teeth, and you can actually crack your teeth in half and wear them down over time. Regardless, these people probably had to train for this, and this is absolutely insane and shows you the amount of strength that your jaw has, because your jaw has an insane amount of pressure force that it can generate. These comments got me laughing. Got the dog with, I have a question. No, seriously, like who decided this was gonna happen? Like who was like, hey, you know what? I got an idea for an acrobat thing. I'm gonna hang off your teeth with my teeth. That'll get them. Someone said, y'all don't understand how tongue-tied you have to be to achieve this. Literally, that's what I was literally thinking. I was like, I thought that he was literally like, she was just, that would be bad. Your tongue would literally rip out. So I highly recommend don't doing that. And that's for real the exact face that I was making when I first saw this. I was like, but you know what? Who am I to judge what people do in their free time? You do whatever you want to do, boo-boo. But to make sure that it would go a little bit easier, I would build like a little mouthpiece to go up inside the mouth to kind of anchor it down and maybe make that piece a little bit longer so that you can get all that pressure to your back molars. I think that will make it a little bit more stable and probably make it a little bit safer for your teeth. Also add some cushion in there so you're not wrecking your teeth by cracking them in half. That'd probably help too. Now in this next video, it's got me a little messed up, okay? Because I know that you guys are officially declaring war on me and I don't like it. Let's see. Okay, you guys tagged me in this, said that I would be so upset. Okay, hold up. Are you guys declaring war on me as the Bentist? Is this war? Have you declared war on me for what I've done for 6 years? I've done nothing but educate you guys and tell the truth, and this is how you repay me? This is like the 15th video you guys have tagged me in of you guys ripping your braces off with spoons. Seriously, what is it? Is there like a secret coalition going on my back, like texting each other through WhatsApp saying, we got another one, let's get it off with this. Don't do this. I mean, seriously, she's just popping them off like Cracker Jacks. Guys, this is seriously not cool. And we have another one going viral. Almost 70,000 people like this. Why are you guys liking this stuff? It's dangerous. It's unhealthy. It's not good for your teeth. You can rip off your enamel. How many times do I gotta react to this and tell you guys don't do this before you stop? For the new people out here that don't understand what we got going on, we got an epidemic of people trying to rip off their braces, and I have to stop it. You see, 1, you can rip off your enamel doing this. You really can. You can harm yourself. 2, you're gonna have the glue on your teeth. What are you gonna buy, a Dremel tool from Amazon and you're gonna rip it off with yourself? Don't do that either, because that's bad tooth, because they're not meant for tooth. You're gonna rip your tooth off. 3, if you had braces and you had crooked teeth and you moved them to straight, they're gonna go back because you've got no retainer afterwards, unless you got a retainer making machine in your mouth. It really frustrates me. Sir, surely somebody has stood up for me in the comments. Somebody, please. Oh my gosh, I'm back. I'm back as the meme. Someone literally said, any dentist who are watching this. But yeah, exactly. That's what. And she spent a little crying, laughing faces like it's funny. It's not funny. It's not fun. And then a little Barbie doll face. Exactly. That's how we need to treat these people. You see one of your friends or somebody taking their braces off with a spoon, you need to give them that exact treatment and say, I'm not friends with you anymore. That's not friends behavior right there. You know what they say? We listen and we don't judge. No, we're judging this time. I'm judging hard. Don't do it. You know, we at least got somebody on there. We said, as an orthodontist, please don't try this at home. It can break the layer of your tooth. And that's exactly right. You can literally pop off the enamel layer of your teeth doing that. We have a special instrument that cracks the bracket in half. It like crushes it on itself to pop it nicely off the tooth without damaging any of the enamel. Don't do this. I swear, if I see one more video of this, I'm coming down there and I'm gonna figure out who's manufacturing the spoons. We're getting rid of spoons. You're gonna have to eat with a fork for the rest of your life. How do you like that? You stop your friends from doing this. PSA, okay? We need to hashtag stop the spoons. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But seriously, I'm here to help you. Please, save your teeth. Don't do that. Now this girl doesn't even have a teeth transformation. Her teeth just don't work. What do I mean by that? Well, we're just gonna have to show you. Point of view, my teeth don't work. What do you mean by my teeth don't work? Oh! She was actually being real. Her teeth don't work. Oh my gosh, so that is what we call an open bite, guys. That's an open bite. And this is actually really common. We see this a lot. And in fact, open bites are one of the only bites that have actual issues with like eating and things like that. Like it actually causes you to have problems doing the basic necessities of life. It's really open bites and underbites. Both of those we see have a lot of trouble chewing, eating, and can really cause even like malnutrition issues in kids. And so she has a tiny one, so only the slice of cheese go in there. But actually I had somebody who had an open bite that we just fixed, and he said that he was so happy that he could eat a burger finally, because he used to eat sandwiches or burgers and he would bite down and then the tomato would be left. Like the tomato would just, and he could just pull it out and it would just be the tomato, the whole tomato just sitting there because he couldn't bite down all the way through the sandwich. And he was like so happy he could just take a full bite through a sandwich instead of pulling tomatoes out of his burgers. And so this girl has a pretty small open bite. You can actually see it if you pause there whenever she's biting down here. Let's see when she pulls it out. Yeah, so you can actually see that little gapping, that little space between there. So how would we fix this, Bentist? Well, it's actually pretty simple. You would put some braces on there and you would brag it and you would drag those 4 teeth down. You see, we want an overbite of your teeth. So we actually do want an overlapping of your teeth so that you can bite down and you can chew. And so if you have too much of that, we call that a deep bite. But you can have not enough of it and also have an open bite. So we actually want those teeth to overlap about 20% to have optimal chewing experiences. Let's go to the comments. I don't try harder. I don't know. Yeah, no, literally as hard as you try, it's not gonna happen. And unfortunately, it's really, really annoying for these people. Like I tell people, like when you lose your teeth, like you don't realize, that's why I tell people don't ever like pull all their teeth and get dentures. Like do everything you can to save your teeth, because you do not realize how important just utilizing your teeth are. And people that don't appreciate having front teeth to actually bite into things don't understand it until they lose it. And then once they lose it, they're like, oh my gosh, I took that so much for granted. Someone said, I have this too. I may need to get jaw surgery to fix it. I mean, if you have a really crazy open bite, maybe. Most of the time, open bites are due to like habits like tongue thrusting, where you push the tongue when you swallow and it causes your teeth to flare out. So actually open bites are fairly easy to fix. If you have a really crazy one, sometimes you may need jaw surgery, but most of the time you'll be just fine. In fact, what we do is we actually use a little rubber band. We put a little open bite rubber band in here that's like a little thing, and when you open your mouth, it closes it down. It works really well. Someone said, this would be driving me crazy. It would be driving me crazy too. But anyways, that's what your answer is, girl. If you don't like it, go get some braces, fix it. It would really only take about a year to fix something like this, year and a half, something like that. So it's actually not too hard to fix. So hopefully she can do it and then go back to finally eating her cheese. Now this girl couldn't eat because of her teeth, but this girl found out a way to eat better because of her braces. Let's see her life hack. All right, you said point of view eating corn, but you have braces. What do we got going on here, right? Oh my gosh, that is actually so smart. Wait, why are we not eating corn like that all the time? She literally just shaves it off. Wait, how do you do that? You just literally, do you have to cook it first and then shave it off? You would have to, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. That's actually so smart, because corn is one of the things that's the most annoying with braces. You try and bite into it and it just gets up underneath all your wires and stuff, and then can actually break off your brackets because you're pushing into that wire and the wire is like pulling up on the brackets and popping it off. But I never thought about making corn chips. This is a new type of corn chip. And I've even seen like the people make corn ribs before. You've ever seen like the Hispanic corn ribs, the Mexican corn ribs? Those are really, really good too. But the problem is they have like still a hard paste, so you still have to like kind of good on them. This is like shaved corn. This is like American ingenuity. What do we even got going on here? Let's look at the comments. Someone said, literally, I swear it is 10 times better like this. Seriously, why are we not eating all corn like this? Like, imagine like you have a plate of corn like this and they put like some butter on top with some salt. That sounds amazing. You could even air fry it and make them crispy. I don't know. Someone said, I hate brushing my teeth after corn. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about, especially in braces. If you ever seen someone with braces and corn, you know what I'm talking about. It gets disgusting real quick. Someone said, when I had braces, I didn't change a single eating habit and my brackets never broke. Well, I'm sorry. I guess you're just perfect at everything, aren't you, Mr. Perfect? Shout it in the comments if you know where that came from. But yeah, you may be special, but everybody else is not, okay? Not everybody. Trust me, some people out there are gonna break a bracket, even if they're on there really good. You know, I've had this bracket on there for like almost 3 years now and I've never broke it. Yeah, so what's your excuse? But anyways, let me know, would you like corn like that? I feel like corn. This could be a thing. This could be a real thing. I'm just saying, I think restaurants should take note because I want my corn like this from now on out. And you wouldn't talk about a teeth transformation. What about a retainer transformation? This girl figured out a way to transform her retainers into something she actually wanted to wear. Let's check it out. All right, making grills from Invisalign. What? How is she painting a little nail polish and chrome powder on it? And you make gold grills. Look at that. And then she put like a clear coat on top of it. Yo. Dude, those actually look pretty good. Man, if only somebody had done this before. I wonder where she got the inspiration for this. Yeah, but funny enough, I just used like gold Sharpie paint. Highly don't recommend, very toxic. But to be honest, nail polish and chrome powder, probably not that safe either. So even if this looks amazingly cool, it's probably still not safe to be leaching that stuff into your mouth at night. But it does make it look a lot better. Seriously though, why haven't we not created a way to make retainer grills yet? It baffles me. Let's see what you guys said in the comments. You could have just bedazzled them, gang. That's true, I have seen the people bedazzle them, but then once again, we've got super glue issues, okay? Super glue is also not good for your mouth. Girl, just buy a costume grill. Using nail polish is not safe. And not only that, I didn't even think about this, but she's ruining her retainer, you know? And so it's like, that's your retainer. And your retainers cost a lot of money. So if you really just want the gold grill for a little look, for the time being, I mean, you only wear your retainers full time for like 3 months and then you go to nighttime wear only after that. So honestly, I would not ruin my retainer because that's way more expensive than just buying a $5 costume grill off of Alibaba or Amazon or something. I didn't even think about that. Someone said, what about retainer checks? You imagine going back to your orthodontist, it's like, hey, let's see how things are going. And someone else said, mind you, a new tray is $200 plus. Exactly, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. This is too expensive, guys. Don't do this. Don't waste your money, even though it does look cooler. I don't know. I should probably figure out some way to sell you guys the retainer gold grills or figure something out. Or maybe just even make like, I don't know, they make that tooth polish. That tooth polish, maybe we could use that. Maybe you could use that. It's actually the tooth polish that's safe, but then I think that comes off really easily, so that probably would just fall off in your mouth and you'd swallow it. Really, I don't think there's a good way to do this yet. Keyword there was yet. But there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and all the crazy teeth transformations and crazy videos in between, because I know I did, and hopefully you learned a little something along the way too. That's right. If you see a video here and here or something, that means the YouTube algorithm thinks you're gonna love it and you probably need to learn some more. So click it, subscribe, all that type of stuff. We're trying to be one of the very first dentists to ever get that 10 million diamond play button. You know, we're trying to beat Crest or Colgate or any of those people. Speaking of Crest and Colgate, try something nice. Our oral care company out there, the best products in the world. We got whitening toothpaste, toothbrushes, all the cool stuff. And yes, it's science-backed. And yes, I guarantee you it's the best on the market. Anyways, I'll see you next week for the next video. I love you guys so much. Peace.